Greetings! It is I, Countess Van Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome. It is time for Gathering the Roll, the only news program supported by the Empire, with exciting and fantastic news from the worlds of collectible card games such as Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh!, of role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons, Shadowrun, and Pathfinder, and of course, board and card games. But let's dive into the news for this week. Let's start with our card game news. There's only a little bit of information we have out this week, and it's on Magic the Gathering. There's a tournament this week, the Grand Prix Orlando. So this is going to be a Kaladesh limited tournament. So it's going to be strict Kaladesh block. You can check it out now. More than likely, unfortunately, the signups are going to be filled up, but you can still watch it on Magic's Twitch channel if you want to see it. But let's move on, though, to our role-playing game news, because we do have a bunch in that section. First off, Dungeons & Dragons. We'll start with the obvious one. D&D Beyond is out now, at least the beta. So you can check it out now, see how it works for you. If you signed up for it, you can get all the information on it. Let D&D, let Wizards know how it's going, and see how you enjoy it. You can check it out now. But also there is an Unearthed Arcana out this week. It is going to be a revisit of the Wizard. We're revisiting the Wizard, sort of updating some previous things. It's two arcane traditions. The Thurge, which sort of mixes divine and arcane abilities, so you're kind of like a divine version of a wizard. And of course the War Mage, dealing with, of course, diving into battle and war. You can check both of these out now, kind of as it is. We're revisiting the Wizard once again. Now let's move on, though, to Pathfinder news, because Pathfinder has a few releases this week. First off is a new flip map, Forbidden Jungle. This one takes your heroes as they're exploring a forbidden jungle, and they can check out these maps, maybe find salvation or doom within them. Also out is the first in the new adventure path. Very exciting. It's the Iron Fang Invasion adventure path. The first one has been released. Trail of the Hunted. Now, in the backdrop of an invasion of a hobgoblin army, your characters are attempting to survive this danger. Hence where it's coming with the title, Trail of the Hunted. Also, then, we move on to Starfinder, also done by Paizo. They've released some information on another race you can play, the Vesk, a reptilian humanoid that has a great sense of honor, but also have great battle prowess. So now you can check out information on this interesting race you'll be able to play when Starfinder comes out soon. Let's move on, though, to some Shadowrun news. It's been quite a few months since we've heard from Shadowrun, not since December, and they've released a few new things. They've been working on some big things. But regardless, let's talk about the things they have released rather than what they're going to release. Book of the Lost turns Sixth World Tarot into a bunch of plots and adventure hooks that you can use in your various Shadowrun games. So now you can check this out, and if you want to use some of them, go ahead. There's also a Shadowrun mission out, Do No Harm, where it's a mission that is very difficult to execute but very easy to describe. You're ruining someone's life. So that's what it's going to be for your players, ruining someone's life. Your Shadowrunners. Check it out now. There's also a new novel out in the Shadowrun world, Blind Magic. It focuses on the story of this shaman named Lucas, who ends up basically getting blinded, and in order to see again, gets his eyes replaced by cyber eyes. Because he's from a shamanic tradition, this ends up getting him sort of kicked out of his tribe. So he's basically out on his own, eyes that he didn't really want but was forced to in order to see. Interesting kind of setup for this character. Finally, in the Mutant Chronicles RPG is the Dark Eden campaign. This is focusing on the backdrop of the Second Dark Legion War, where there's this idealism of seeking out the Dark Eden, or, as it's also known as, Earth, the birthplace of humanity. Check out this campaign for a little bit of higher level play in Mutant Chronicles RPG. Let's move on to some board and card game news, because there is a little bit. First off, Munchkin. In Munchkin news, the latest Guest Artist Edition is out. This is the 15th anniversary celebration version of the Guest Artist Edition Munchkin. So now you can get that with different art than the traditional Munchkin cards. It's all the same as the original set, but again, different art that you can check out now. Finally, we have The Banishing. The Banishing is a new card game based around the fact that portals are opening and undead are coming out of it, and you're attempting to basically drive back the undead and close the portals. You can get this now. It is available. So that's it for the news for this week. Links to any of these news stories will, of course, be in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. It's very important to share the news. If you have any questions about any of these news stories, just please leave them in the comments below. If you have any more long-form discussion questions and or suggestions for things we want to discuss on Discussing Tabletop this weekend, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can also leave those in the comments below. That'll be at www.twitch.tv/Tantus and Dracovin. Of course, I will put the link in the description. You can also email us at discussingtabletop@yahoo.com if you want to give those suggestions or discussion questions and you just want to give it straight to us. Go ahead and send it there. But regardless, until the next time, I bid you farewell.